Yeah.
Okay. Scott, as of today, is everybody available for this weekend?
Yeah,
Okay. Blake will be back?
possible. They're all possible.
Everyone's possible.
Yeah.
Okay. The theme of the season.
Tomorrow could bring a different thing, right? So,
Right, yeah. The last time you guys saw St. Cloud, that's pretty long ago. What have you seen out of the Huskies, maybe, and looking at them since then?
I'll be honest with you, Matt, I haven't watched much. I'm
Yeah.
started watching the Denver series, and I'm more worried about things we need to do. They didn't have a good weekend last weekend. I know that. They gave up a lot of goals, but that's what Denver will do to you.
Looking back on your team last week, Friday, as you had a chance to digest that game, you call one of the better games of the latter half here. What still stands out to you about what the team did well that night and the potential they showed there?
Thought we competed hard for 60 minutes. I thought our puck management was much better. I thought we had the puck more. We didn't give it up as much, but I thought our guys played hard from start to finish, and got a good shootout win. Saturday wasn't the case. It wasn't the case. I thought we started slow. I thought we kind of found our game at the end of the first period, and the next 40 minutes was not very good. Third period was really not very good, but we started turning pucks over. We didn't play hard enough, and the difference is, at this time of the year, you have to play with a certain hardness. All year you do, but it's a different hardness to your game. CC wanted it more. You know what? That's what it looked like to me. And when they made a push, we didn't push back. So that's what you get. And yet, still, it's a 2-1 game, right? Even though I didn't think we were playing anywhere near where we played Friday, it's a 2-1 game with 5-6 minutes left. And we don't kill a penalty, and then again, I don't like how we finish the game, right? Take a couple penalties, give them opportunities to score more. Like, really? It's not. That's probably what I was most mad about. Just the way, again, we finished the game, and we had that same discussion when we played Denver. So I don't care if you're frustrated, right? You don't go out there and do that stuff. So that's why I was disappointed. But yet we're still in a game. And like I've told you guys all year, when you're in tight games, it comes down to details. If you're not willing to do the little detail things in the game, you probably end up losing those games, and that's been the case for us most of the year.
In about half of your games this year, if not more, either you or your opponent has pulled the goalie late. This is kind of the game right now. You're in all these games. How frustrated are you that you haven't found a way through more often than you have?
In which way? To stop it or to score?
Finding more ways to win those games.
Well, it goes back to details, right? It goes back to details. Those things become even bigger and bigger as the year goes on. Teams get better, and bad penalty, mistake off a face-off, bad clear, whatever. Don't get a puck in, throw pucks away. Like, they all come back to bite you, and you have to stay with. It's going to happen during a game, but you don't need to feed other teams. And I think that's how I feel. I feel like we've shot ourselves in the foot so many times, and it's like, when are we going to learn, right? And then we go and play it. And over the course of the year, we've had good moments and played good, and we're doing the right things, and we just get away from it. I don't know why. I guess I got to look in the mirror as a coach. Where I don't know. It's frustrating. The guys see if we do things a certain way, it works, right? So why get away from it? Like, this game is not hard. Don't complicate it. But it starts with our, being ready to play. That's our job, right? Make sure guys are ready. That's their job too. Your preparation through the week. And again, like I said, our weeks have been crazy. We probably aren't in the rhythm we should be in right now, based on the last couple months. Again, it was this week. Got guys in blue jerseys. We got guys not practicing. It's it's hard to do some of the things that we need to do as a group to kind of solidify that, right? And that's the way it's gone. You can use it as an excuse, but it's hard. And there's things that this group that we need to work on every week that we haven't been able to with everybody, you know, to kind of get that rhythm. You know, it's great to have Dom out there. I mean, he raises the level of practice, right? Wish he could play, but can't.
You say he won't get cleared until after.
No, but just, you know, he's probably about 75, 80%, but just, you know, I think of having guys like that around all year and him putting RD under pressure with his speed and just some of the things he can do, just little things like that, right? But it's where we are, and we've got to find a way to, you know, gain some wins this weekend and carry that into whoever we're playing next weekend and see if we can extend our season. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I have insisted, I think I told you this at the hotel, I think wins are not a goalie stat. But it feels like Matty Teese has been involved in a lot of these games where you have opportunities and you haven't been able to close the deal, haven't been able to get that one goal that you need. It's not his fault. He's played well. How frustrating is that for you to have this continue this year?
Okay, the whole year has been frustrating. So let's just put that in a nutshell, right? But yes, I mean, there was a stretch there where Matty had a stretch of 5-6 games where, you know, and he played against these guys last time. Played great. You know, the second night was maybe the game he maybe wasn't as good, right? And it was a 6. We score 5, we give up 6. So again, yeah, you want those guys to play well, and they've done their job. And when they've done their job, sometimes we've done our job, and most often not, we have it in front of them. We haven't scored enough, or we found ways, like I said, to lose those games. It's a hump you got to find a way to get over. Sometimes there's trigger points during the year, there's games during the year that kind of help you get over those. We haven't really had one of those yet, you know? Like I said, I told Matt, like, you take a half a step forward, but it feels like you take 3 steps back, right? That's probably a little drastic, but it just feels that way. Like Friday, I thought we took a good step forward, right? Trying to get some momentum going down the stretch here, and Saturday we come back and we don't play a complete 60-minute game, and you can't do that at this time of the year. You just can't. You know, you got a team that's fighting for home ice, and there's a lot to play for, and those are good games to play in because they're meaningful games, and you got to try and find ways to maintain and outwork and outcompete. And I mean, it's no different this weekend. It's no different when you play next weekend. Like, everyone's playing for their seasons, right? Some already know they're going to be extended, some aren't. So again, that desperation you have to play with, that urgency you have to play with. I thought it was there for the most part Friday. Saturday I didn't see it, and that's disappointing. It's disappointing to not have that for the course of 3 periods, especially the way the game went Friday and the way it ended, right? It felt like a real positive 2 points, almost felt like a win, you know, because we're searching for everything. But Saturday we didn't respond over the course of 3 periods. I wish I had the answers, right? It's not like we've thrown a bunch of new systems in there and they don't know what they're doing. We show video constantly of good things and bad things, right? How we need to play. And then we go and do that at times. We did it at North Dakota. But yeah, we still found a way, right? We competed harder. It starts there. How hard you want to work, how hard you want to compete. And guys should know in this league every Saturday, whoever you're playing, win or lose, it's going to be a harder game. So, and we've got a team that probably doesn't feel very good about their last weekend. They're trying to finish in second. So, I want to try and spoil that. So hopefully we can have that with our last 2 games here for some of the guys on our team.
Second time seeing St. Cloud State this season. Do you remember much from that previous series of things that might help you this time around?
Yeah, I thought it was a great series. I thought both teams played well. It was 2-1, 6-5, right? Second night was a little bit crazier, but again, I thought it was a really even series, and they found ways they won late in the game on Friday, and we tried to claw back in it after bouncing back and forth, and we we kept digging ourselves a 2-goal deficit and just couldn't climb out of it. But I thought we played well and thought it was a really good series, and they're a good hockey team, and hopefully we can find a little leakage in their goaltending after last weekend. But they'll be ready to play. Lars will have them ready to play, and they've got a good team. They've got probably, in my opinion, one of the best defensemen in the country in Anhorn. I think he's talented. Their forward group, some of the same names, right? Mietnen and Kabi, we've seen them. Feels like we've seen them 100 times, which we probably have. And some good young players too. So they've got good depth through their lineup, and it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle. Hopefully. We're going somewhere on the road, which I don't care. Just want us to finish strong. I want us to try and play 120 minutes of hockey, the way it should be played. And if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. But I can feel good about it. I don't want to keep feeling good and then bad, or vice versa, right? It's 2 weekends in a row. I didn't feel good about Friday in North Dakota. I felt better even though we lost Saturday, right? And I'm not just about wins and losses. It's about how we play. Friday I felt really good. Saturday I didn't feel good. So it's that roller coaster that you ride. And we could play great against anybody and still lose 2 games, but you feel better about how you play, right? I think all our guys felt good after Friday, and Saturday they didn't feel good. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? You can sit and dwell on it, or you can get back to work like we've tried to do this week and work on some things, change a couple things around with some personnel, and try to get the power play going and see if we can defend hard and score some more goals. So that's all you can do, right? And again, we'll see who's in the lineup. I don't know. I wasn't lying to you last week either. It just happened. It was a 1 o'clock call. It was just after. So, but no, we'll see.
Besides stuff about St. Cloud, is there anything else that sticks out to you about the way that you like between your team matching up against us?
The matchup? Well, we play very similar, right? We really do. I mean, I think they're a lot harder around our net offensively than a lot of teams that we play. They're different teams. They generate offense and get pucks in between the dots into that slot area and net front area really well, and you're going to see that, and they're going to try and take advantage of that just like they did there. But their D are very active. But no, I just think, we play similar. I think they do some things. They're better offensively. We've struggled offensively, but I think defensively, I think we're very comparable. So could come down to goaltending, right? Special teams. We got to get our power play going a little bit. I mean, they always have a very dangerous power play. When you got a guy like Mietnen who can shoot a puck, he's dangerous. They've got some good weapons on there. So again, just you got to stay out of the box. I mean, that's especially this time of the year. So hopefully we can get our power play going, score a goal or two, just to get them feeling better about that. But no, I think our teams are very similar. Very similar. I'm good. You're good.
Bulldogs careers, and well, just career playing hockey in Northeast Minnesota. Darren, I'll let you go first. When did you know you wanted to be a Bulldog?
Honestly, growing up, I watched the Gophers a lot. My uncle also played there, Kenny Jernander. And it was as soon as I moved down here, when we were, I was about 12 when we moved down here. I had played for Coach Sandlin with the Superior Stars in the summer for a year. Had a really good relationship with him, and then as soon as I moved down here, started going to a lot of games with Blake, and I couldn't imagine playing anywhere else. Like all I wanted to do was be in AMSA Arena, wear that Bulldog. It was love at first sight, I guess you'd say. I mean, growing up in the area, everybody wants to play for the Bulldogs, so yeah.
Zach, how about you?
Yeah, I think in 2011, when they won, I wasn't fortunate enough to be at that game, but I remember watching on TV. And then seeing Shep and all the success he's had here made me excited. And when they offered, I was soon to commit after, so.
Yeah. Just in time. We got photo evidence on this for Blake. Paper when he committed. When did you know you wanted to be a Bulldog?
Yeah, that was when I was like probably 3 or 4.
That late?
Oh, that late, yeah. No, my dad played here, obviously, so I knew right away that was where I wanted to go. So.
What do you remember about your first day as a Bulldog? Blake, you can go first.
Well, we just had I don't really know what we did. I think we just had like a scrimmage.
Yeah.
I remember Cates was out there, so that was insane. There was just some like Keps and some of those guys that you come out of high school with. And you're like, holy crap, this is real. So yeah, it was fun.
Unfortunately, it was like during COVID and everything, so I remember getting dressed on the visitor side of the rink, and we had to wear masks for practice. And I remember like all of us young guys, like the gear was delayed, so we were all out there in like our juniors gear, and it was kind of a crap show, but it was a lot of fun. I think I was just starstruck by like obviously Noah and Jaxo and Swains, and like just like the speed of Cole Koepke was. I mean, I had played with him in the summer, but to see it at that level was pretty insane.
Yeah, same with me. Kind of starstruck, playing with these guys that have won a couple of national championships. So it was special. But I remember walking by Krause's office, and he says, "Don't blink. Your 4 years going to go fast," and they sure have. And now, kind of looking back on our last 4 years and the weekend coming up, it's crazy how fast it's gone.
What's your best memory growing up playing hockey in Northeast Minnesota? Blake, who wants to
I think probably with Goder my sophomore year when beat Greenway here in this building, just knowing you're going to come play here someday and having such a fun game overall. I mean, they scored with like 0.1 seconds left to force overtime to go to the state tournament, and then we did it in double overtime. I think that was just cool because you knew that obviously this atmosphere here was unbelievable, and it was just a special moment for the high school team too. So I think that was probably the best so far.
That section final, huh?
Yes, yep, section final, yeah.
I would definitely have to say state championship 2017. I was fortunate enough. I was actually playing with Dylan Sandberg when he scored, and it was really special. We were about halfway through the game, and he's like, "Goder, why do you keep passing me the puck?" And I had actually broken my hand earlier in the game. And so I finally admitted to him, hey, my hand's broken, that's why I keep passing you the puck. And eventually he scored that goal. So, I mean, it worked out. But, no, just to be out there and, see him going down the ice, doing the star on the ice, I'll never forget it.
Up in Rapids, we always had a special group going up. My first year Bantams, we won state. And my second year of high school when I was a junior, obviously winning a state championship, which is coming up this weekend. And Rapids is in it on Thursday, so I'll be cheering for the boys and hoping they can take home another state title, because that's definitely.
Okay, side tangent. Which high school's alumni are the most insufferable this week during the state tournament?
We're pretty good. I think both of us are pretty good. We don't talk about it too much.
Yeah.
We have 4 obviously. He's got 1, so it's.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's more insufferable. I just mean that we have a couple more than them. So.
Yeah, 4 in
That's
single
just,
A. So.
Yeah. We play them twice a year and beat them every time.
I do recall beating state school that year, but
I don't know if we've lost to them actually.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Play them twice a year. They're double A, we're single A, we still win. So it's good.
Who in Northeast Minnesota has had a significant impact on your hockey career? Blake.
There's a lot of people. I think. I mean, obviously, I mean, given some, because I was just giving heat to Rapids, I'd say one, Grant Clapton, he's there now. I think he was awesome. He's in elite league before the high school season. Just kind of understanding that there's a higher intensity level that you can get to within the game. I think sometimes in high school you're just kind of the better player all around, physically better than them, but it's getting yourself more engaged mentally that, you know, will really separate yourself from even the better kids in Minnesota. So I thought he did a great job with that, for me at least. And I know they both played for him too, so I think they probably say the same. And then, yeah, growing up, I mean, Pat Andrews, I had Chad Huddle for like 5 years. So Pat and Chad, I mean, for me, I was with them I grew up with those guys in my hockey career and as a person, so I'd say, you know, both of them obviously first and foremost.
Yeah, I definitely pretty tough, but Adam Johnson was a huge part of my life growing up. He was my babysitter. He'd always take my brother and I out to like the outdoor rink, and Davey's dad had a rink in his backyard. And I mean, Adam was older and obviously a lot better than my brother and I, but he always would take the time to like play with us and like have fun with us. And if he saw us at the rink, he'd kind of yell, and hey, we'd go play with the older kids. My dad was one of the high school coaches up there, so Adam definitely took us in. And then when I moved down here, Chad Huddle, he was a huge mentor of mine and still is. He's a huge part of my life and has definitely helped me to get where I am today.
He was your babysitter, and
Yeah.
you're saying he was that much older than you.
Yeah.
You still think of Adam as
Yeah.
For sure.
Zach, how about you?
I'd say for me, it's Derek Peterson. He started the Iron Range goalie camp up here when I was first year Bantam. And, you know, playing a unique position, goalie coaching is not something that was, you know, prevalent in northern Minnesota at the time. And so he kind of paved the way for that, and he's still doing it today, coaching a lot of goalies around the area, so it's really good to see. But he's definitely had the biggest influence on my life.
Okay, last one I got for you guys. What kind of pressure comes from playing this close to home at UMD?
Yeah, I think we all know that it's, I mean, at a certain point, the standard here has been so high, so that's, even if you're not from here, there's just an immense amount of pressure no matter what, which is a good thing. That'll build individuals and our team to a higher level. And obviously, unfortunately, this year it just hasn't been the same with the success. And we have 4 left, so we know that, you know, this is everything we got for the next 2 weeks because we have 4 minimum. And for us, it's like, I don't know, I just look at it as it's not really like, hey, I'm from here anymore. I've been playing for the Bulldogs for 4 straight years now, and I don't really, I mean, we're all just here Bulldogs, and I'm not really so worried about the, you know, hometown kid thing anymore. It's that's kind of past, I feel like, since you've been here for so long.
Yeah, I think it's just a good reminder, like when you're out and about in the community, obviously a lot of people know you because you're from here. And I honestly, the best word to describe it is I'm just grateful. I mean, it's a place that I'm fortunate. I have all 4 of my grandparents, and they're able to come to games. My parents are able to come to games. Family, friends, my high school best friends are able to come. Like, it's just so awesome to have the opportunity to be able to play in front of them each and every night.
Yeah, I'd say the same as go to there. I think I have like 15 people coming this weekend, family and friends. So it's obviously super special, you know, not being out east or, you know, playing for anybody else, because you pretty much play here growing up. I mean, I play here in high school, and it's something you look forward to, you know, coming into this program. But obviously, it's just super special for sure.
Zach mentioned walking by Cross's office that first time here, and him saying these 4 years are going to fly by. How many times did you guys hear those words when you got here? And is looking back, how true were those words?
Yeah, it was definitely true. I remember Swaney would tell that to me. He was a senior and we were all freshmen. So you look at the success he had here, and he said, geez, I mean, we've done so much, but it feels like it's been so short. It's been quick. And I could say the same thing. I mean, we had our first 2 years just absolutely flew by. It felt like we were, I mean, a goal away the second year from the Frozen Four, made it back all the way the first year, and it's just like goes so fast. So yeah, I mean, it is so true. You can't really, I mean, even the off season goes so fast. You're just training to prepare again, get your body right and mind right for the season, and just like that, you're starting again. So yeah, it feels like there's a lot more time left than just 2 weeks. It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah, I would say I sat next to Louis Rail in the locker room for 2 years, and he did a great job of just reminding me just to enjoy each day, because it goes by really fast. As Blake said, we kind of have a unique season where there is no really down period. Like when our season's over, we kind of got to start up slowly, and by middle of summer, you're going full go because it's pretty fortunate. Like we have all the pro guys here, and they often remind us too, like, hey, it goes by really fast, and it truly, truly does.
Yeah, I mean, it was like yesterday moving into the freshman apartments with these guys, and now we're here, so it's seriously a blink of an eye.
Any chance of you guys coming back for a 5th year?
We got 4 games to play
Yeah.
first, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, those go after the season. So everything we got, the next 4.
Speaking of St. Cloud, you guys just talk about the series in general this weekend. I know Coach touched on it's really going to come down to details, and it has in these last several series, like just depending on a play or a puck possession. So just talk about that some of the plays.
Yeah, I would say obviously you guys kind of know, like, we're very familiar with that team. I don't know, we've played them 24 or something times in our 4 years, so like we're very familiar with the players, we're very familiar with the style, and like it just, Coach really touched on, like, it just comes down to the details, especially special teams. Like we have to be very good both on our power play and penalty kill, because 5-on-5 it's a pretty even game, especially being able to play here on a smaller sheet of ice. It really levels the playing surface for all of us. So just sticking to our game and really limiting our mistakes, that's what we need to do going into playoffs.
Yeah, I'd just say that. I mean, reiterate that, and just have to try and build these next 2 games. I think we have. I mean, you just need to build it any chance you can for wherever we might be going. We could be going to St. Cloud right after. So if it's that, then you're setting a standard to say, hey, we're not going down without a fight. And if it's not, we just need to build for possibly Denver or whatever that might look like. So.
Good. Great.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.